espero que nadie se ofenda, pero hasta que no estás aquí dentro no sabes la grandeza de este equipo.
Só nós sentimos isso. Por muito desgosto que possamos ter, valores mais altos se levantam. O valor mais alto que se levanta em termos futebolísticos chama-se Benfica.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to episode 29, O Continue Benfica podcast. As you can see around the screen, we got some disappointment and we got some excitement in the top right-hand corner. Before we get started, just a quick shout out. The chat was quite active before the podcast even started. We got some representation on Paul's side, backing you up, Paul. And then we got Manny says he's buckled up. A-Rod's calling for OB. This is going to get interesting. It's going to get interesting for sure.
Is OB's mic working now or no?
Yeah, Oscar, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Milton says, estou com vazia do caralho. Tums works, Milton. It works. I took some earlier. We got Jonathan. I knew he was coming in hot. Before we get started, also, Exotic Dream Rental, sponsor of the podcast. Check them out on Facebook. Let Patrick know we sent you. Save $10 on your rental per day. Ironically, Patrick is or Sporting runs in Patrick's family, so I'm sure he's somewhat excited of that as well.
Doesn't even know what Sporting is.
Hey, can I start us off with something real quick?
Yeah.
That's good.
Did not tell you. It was just a matter of time. I told you.
Oh, man.
Just wait.
Man.
Be patient.
That's for you, OB.
He had that locked and loaded for you.
It only took you like 10 years.
20.
20.
Well,
Every once in a while, a blind squirrel finds a nut. It's okay. But now we gotta.
That's good.
We have to face the facts. That's just the way it is. That's what we're here for. It's a therapy session. I'm sure the comments are going to get quite interesting. So for those of you watching, make sure you give us your thoughts, your opinions. As always, they're coming in hot now. Jonathan says,
Mike, No, go ahead.
Go ahead. I was going to say, Jonathan says Mateus Nunes going to surprise you guys. He did say it yesterday in the comments, and he came away with the goal, which is what matters. Kenny, what were we going to say before we get started?
I was just going to say, all we really need is 5-10 minutes on this, and then we can call it a day.
Oh,
right?
we're done. We're done. We can.
Yeah, I don't think we need to
I mean, I can barely hear you guys way down there. You guys want the megaphone? Oh, I got this for you guys.
Oh, you got a red one. You have a red one too.
No, look at that red one. Looks good on you.
Yeah. You guys need it. I can barely hear you. Speak up.
Hey, Paul's going to have his day today.
Hey, that's fine. He's entitled to it. Paul, I'll pass the ball to you first since you are the victor today. But quickly touch on the game. 1-0, stoppage time goal. I don't even know what minute it was in, 91st, 92nd, 93rd, I don't know. A game that we talked about offline that I thought it was played more with their heart than their head. I think on both sides it was a midfield battle. There was the chance Neto had in the first half, which he should have scored. Apart from that, I don't think there was any real clear chances of goal on either side. I think, in my opinion, a draw would have been fair, but Sporting winning I don't think is unfair. I think they were the team that looked to be more progressive throughout the game. Again, there weren't many chances, but if there had to be a victor, I think Sporting is the fair victor for what they attempted to do. Ironically, they scored their goal on the only shot they had on target, which is frustrating, and a play that I think could have been stopped at least in two places, and then a terrible decision by the goalie to punch it straight out, but we'll get there. You guys 9-point advantage now. 16 games gone in the league. There's 18 remaining. 54 points still up for grabs. I know 9-point gap is a lot. 54 points up for grabs is a lot as well. We'll talk about that. So, Paul, what were your thoughts on the game overall? Performance.
So, I agree with a lot of what you said, but I do think Sporting did only have two good chances of goal, but they had the only really good chances of goal. Benfica didn't have any, aside from maybe the one shot that Nunez did right at the beginning of the second half, but it was right at Avan, so it wasn't really that big of a chance. I do think Sporting played better overall. It definitely was a midfield battle. I said yesterday they probably attacked the wings, but they did the exact opposite. They just did long balls and used our speed against your center backs, which I think paid off. I was surprised the way that the game started and all the yellows that were coming out that it wasn't a red. The only real person that probably could have got a second yellow was Gilberto, how we talked about, because he fouled. The first one was just his words. Then he fouled Nuno Mendes pretty bad, but I'm not surprised that there was no reds. He kind of just let them play in the second half. I did think it was going to end in a draw because both teams kind of at the end were kind of just like relaxed with the result, but we got that playoff. And to be honest, if he doesn't punch it out, Javan's right there to head it in. So I feel like we would have scored anyway, but it was a great win. 9 points. I love it. Oscar's over there probably sad, crying. owes me 2 dinners now.
Oh man, he's counting his money. Tank, what was your take on this game?
Pretty much Paul touched based on it. I thought it was like a 50-50 game to begin with. The game was pretty much played in the midfield. Losing Jardel hurt us, I thought, especially early in the game where we had to move Weigl back on defense. Also not carrying another center back either. That was kind of, I don't know what that decision was, whose decision that was, but I don't know. I just thought that Sporting was the better team in the game. Benfica overall, like Darwin was lost for me. He has like clown shoes or something. Like we keep saying it, like he's always off sides. He's not. I don't know. He's not like connecting like with his other teammates. So it was. I'm just frustrated as a fan. Not too happy about the result. Paul got the result that he wanted, and we're left here scratching our heads. I just didn't like the game too much overall. I thought it was kind of a boring derby. A lot of the game was pretty much played in the midfield.
Kenny, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, so for me, I don't think it was that great of a game. I mean, if I give obviously you give the edge to Sparta, not because they scored, but they really created the only chances. Benfica, did the 3 center back thing again. They lose Jardel early, makes them change, Weigl, the midfield, puts in Gabriel. I think you just saw a lot of the same Benfica we've been seeing lately. I mean, it's just frustrating. I think there's been a big mismanagement with the roster on the team. They focused so much on the center backs. We went out and got another center back. That's the 3rd of the season. And I think there's a big hole or depth at midfield. I think we keep focusing on the center backs, but I think the biggest gap is more in the midfield. Instead of investing in the midfield, I mean, we get rid of 2 center backs. We go get another one the 3rd of the season. We don't, for this game itself, we don't, like Jace just said, we don't have another one on the bench. It's just, there's just piss poor management on whoever's, on Jesus putting together, well, the scouts putting together the team, and then Jesus putting the players on the field and on the bench, the ones he calls up. So yeah, it's just more of the same shit we've been seeing lately. I'll go into it after, but I said early, on a couple of podcasts back, like the month of January, right? Let's look back at the month of January and look at the numbers, because it was a shitty January. We're practically, I think we're out. I think the season's pretty much over. I know you said we have what? How many points you said left? 54?
54 points.
Okay, 54, but it really comes down to 4, maybe 5 games, and we're 3. It's a 3-game swing, so there's not much room left, if any. I personally think we're done out of the season, and I really think the only chance we have of winning anything is the Taça Portugal, and that's if we get it. And by the way, we also have Guimarães up next, so that's not a given. Guimarães is playing great, and I would say if we lose to Guimarães, I think why give Jesus any more on this team? I'm ready to have him sacked. It's been a shitty season. It's nothing what we expected. We've talked about the money we've spent and everything. It's bullshit. So that's my opinion.
Fair. Oscar's making mental notes over there. Let's hear what he's got to say.
Well, my notes were we had a starting 11, and I'll go one by one. Darwin, absolutely trash. I think the kid, since he got COVID, he forgot how to play soccer. I don't think he knows how to touch a soccer ball. Every time he had the ball, we had some kind of breakaway. He put it in front of him, lost
killing
it.
on offsides too.
Not
That's
only
also
the
good defending, though. Like our back line played really well
talking
today.
about? That guy could easily pass
They
the
absolutely
inside,
did,
and he's
I'll give you that.
Listen, Darwin sucks. It's a fact. But our back line is way more like organized than yours. You guys had to keep following us because we were going to get.
You just said that long balls.
It's very true. Yeah, long ball, and you guys had to keep following us. You guys could have done the same thing, but we put them offside every time.
I agree. I agree with you, Paul. If you watch, I agree. If you watch Sporting's line, their line is always there's a play in the second half that I think Rafa wins a header to Darwin.
Yeah,
and
I know exactly what you're talking about.
And the defensive line, Neto is the guy you can tell that calls that line. He looks over his shoulder to make sure everyone's with him, and then he steps up before that header gets played off. They're on the same page defensively, so I agree with Paul on that one. But
they've also been playing that system a lot longer.
Yeah.
Today we played the 3 defenders. I know we played with Weigl there, but Weigel's really a midfielder. He's not a center back. Yeah. So we have played. Today is the first game we played with 3 real center backs to start the game. I hate that Jesus invents this kind of shit all the time. Like it pisses me off. Just like we did the V. Luis on the left side against Porto. It like play the team that the Benfica is. Benfica's a fucking top team. Like what the fuck are you scared of?
Not this year.
But do you think that? I mean, in terms of the lineup, I'm not upset with the lineup.
Yeah, but not just.
I don't think you start a brand new.
Like 3 center backs, legit 3 center backs
in the derby. I don't think you start.
No, he's also not on the sideline,
you
right?
Want to experiment that? Experiment next week with Guimarães. Why are you
going
to do that again?
And like Paul said, they're all slow. Every single one of them is fucking a snail.
I guarantee.
Guys, hold on. You guys say everyone's slow. Dave makes a good comment here. Sporting's backline is a better unit, not players. We're slow in the back. But don't tell me that Luis Neto and Coates are faster than our center backs. They're not fast either. The problem is they are a better unit together. That's the fact. And Dave says it here. So fast or slow, I agree. I don't think either defensive line is fast on either side. Coates isn't fast. Neto's not fast. Otamendi's faster than Jardel, I think. But across the board, none of them are fast. I think.
I'm not even talking about them being fast. I just don't think you start that formation in the derby. Like that's the first time you use it. It's going to be against Sporting.
Well, we played a similar style against Porto. The difference is Weigl. Weigl was dropping in.
You don't do that.
Just like on the sideline either. Like he's not there.
Dude, he's not there, but he's calling the substitution. He's calling the lineup. You think that those guys on the side of the lineup today?
Yeah, no, I'm not saying. I'm saying the fact that he tried it when he's not on the sideline is risky. Like, why would you even do that?
No, it makes no sense. But
and then you guys got an injury, like right in 10 minutes in.
You don't have another, and then you don't have another back on the bench.
No,
yeah,
the difference is after Jardel's injury, the formation was exactly what we played against Porto, minus Nuno Tavares and Grimaldo on the left. It was the exact same thing. Weigl dropped in, so I don't understand what we're saying. It's different. It's new. It's not new. It's the same.
No, it's the same.
Okay, starting. We played 10 minutes with the fucking new lineup, and then we played 80 minutes with the same that we said before.
And then it happened to be 10 minutes, but it could have been the whole first half and whatever.
It could have, but it wasn't. Against Porto, we played the same thing. Weigl played center back too.
Right. So what I'm trying to say is it didn't work. It didn't work. And with Weigl with Weigl playing in the midfield and then coming back like he did against Porto, Sporting didn't create much either. And their long balls didn't fucking work. It didn't work because they didn't get other until the 92nd minute, and he got away from because the fucking Tavares dog liquor doesn't know how to fucking cover his guy, and all it does is take a little step and he's fucking out of the picture. Like that's what pisses me off. Why take out Grimaldo to put the Tavares in? Like why? What's the reason? Was Grimaldo asked to come out this time too?
So you're saying that was our only chance to score?
No, it wasn't the only chance. That was a long ball that Neto had a chance to score. It was across from the fucking corner kick.
Look,
I'll say
this. I'm not saying this with Tavares, but like Grimaldo didn't play anything today. I'll say that.
Yeah, he didn't play well.
No, I agree.
But I'm not saying. I'm like Nuno Tavares. I don't know. Like I guess
he sucks. Can't give up on him. He sucks.
Dude,
sucks.
on that goal, let's look at that goal.
There's
Right?
two mistakes there. There's three mistakes for
There's
me.
3 mistakes, but
Weigl can't let that ball bounce.
dude,
Right.
what the hell? Like, why do you punch that? Like,
Weigl can't let that ball bounce, and then Porro's only got a right, and Nuno Tavares lets him go to his right.
left. Yeah, let's
exactly.
him go to his
And he makes a piss poor effort to like block the shot, to block the cross.
Yeah.
At least
he doesn't.
on the other side.
Did you see Grimaldo when Grimaldo played? Grimaldo was on the guy's ass.
Yes.
Porro
And
never
he throws-
turned on him. Porro didn't do shit when Grimaldo was in the game, right? Porro didn't do shit. And Paul yesterday was talking about Porro up and down the line and attack that line. With Grimaldo in the field, Porro did shit.
They also didn't try to do anything.
Oh, they didn't try. Oh shit! Because they didn't let him. It's not because they didn't want to try.
They were doing long ball. The plan was long ball from the beginning. They weren't playing off the wings.
But when Tavares came in, they all of a sudden they could do it. They could try.
Dude, that ball landed. It wasn't. They didn't go up the wing.
Yeah, but Grimaldo never let the guy turn.
I'll tell you this: they kept going on Gilberto's side a lot, and they were getting by. Nuno Santos was putting some balls in there, and he was getting some balls in that area too.
Gilberto, I know he plays rough, but he was not letting guys go by. It's either foul or take the ball. Gilberto did good. I think Gilberto did fine today. He did fine. And the first yellow was was talking. Maybe he could have argued with the Juiz of Benfica, and then he would have taken him back because it was just talking.
We got 1-2 for talking. Tabata got a yellow card too.
Yeah, maybe if we play Porto next week, would have been like, hey, Juiz do Benfica.
The guy that filled in for Blinha was probably our best player on the field.
Yeah, but you guys only scored when Pajit came in, so.
Dude,
but the guy that played for him was one that scored.
The best player
would score too.
To me, the best player.
I wish he did. I wish he did score. It would have been awesome.
The best player on the field was that Tomas kid that you're on spot.
He worked his balls off.
I'll tell you that, dude. That kid worked his balls off.
I have a mule in Portugal, and I swear to God, I took it to that guy. The same thing.
He took some knocks too. Like he got hit pretty hard.
He did. He got pushed around. Otamendi had one on him in the second half. I think it was.
They went face to face almost.
Oscar, Dave asked you a question here. Do you think we have a good enough defense to play 4 defenders?
No, we don't have a good we don't have a good team. We don't have a fucking good team at all. Like we don't have nothing. I remember how I was telling Paul to get the parachute. I've had mine in my closet. I already took it out.
Did you iron it today? Get it ready?
No, I'm not used to being in third place.
Paul, what do you think? I guess before we go into that, who do you think was the man of the match?
Well, it's going to be Matheus Nunes because he scored the goal, but he actually did play a really good game. He came in, there was a play, he stole the ball twice in the same play. Like he played really well. So I would give it to him just because he scored the goal and he actually had a good game too. But Thiago Tomás also played a hell of a game. He was taking punches in the back, and he was like giving your defense a lot of trouble. But I would give it to Matheus Nunes.
Jay, who would you say was the player of the game?
I thought it was that Tomás kid. I know. I will say Nunes stood out during the game as well. But dude, that what's his name? Thiago Tomás, is that his first name?
Yeah.
He played really well. I was kind of really impressed. I was like, who the hell is how old is this kid? And he's pretty strong for his age too, because he was bouncing around for Tongan like he was like going against him like no problem. So I was kind of impressed with him.
Oscar, who was your man of the match?
You won't say it.
Oscar's frozen. He looks very thoughtful. Kenny, who's your man of the match?
No, yeah, I agree. I agree with the other guys. Thiago Tomas played very well. I would say he's probably the man of the match.
Yeah, I agree. Man, Oscar's really frozen. Yeah.
He looks better that way, let him say.
He looks like he's deep in thought.
It is kind of funny right now.
I could take him out of the stream, but I'm going to leave him in there because it looks like he's legit thinking. Yeah, I agree. I think of the two teams, I think Thiago Tomas was definitely the best one in the field. He worked his socks off. He wasn't – I don't think he created much impact. I guess the one thing that stood out for me was – oh, he's back. Hold on.
Yeah, but like think about how many cards he got us.
He did.
At least
I think one play that stood out to me with him was he's what, 20, Paul? 18, 19?
I think he's 19.
There's one play in the second half that he's got a good 4 yards on Otamendi and could have taken that ball into the box, and he let Otamendi catch up to him, and then he ended up playing the pass to Pot, which I think Weigl ended up blocking it with his nuts. But I thought that was interesting. A player of his youth, and he didn't have the confidence to just take it by himself, considering Otamendi, the old guy, was chasing him. And he had a good, like I said, he had a good 4 yards on him, and he still caught up to him.
Jay made a good point. He got a lot of cards against us, right? I think Rafa must have been fouled at least 20 times, and I don't remember anyone getting a card.
Yeah,
dude,
but it's consistent.
No, there was one in the first half. I think it was in the first half. It pissed me off. Like he bounced. No, the second half. He bounced.
The second half, like 3 guys took him out,
and didn't even call it. I was like, dude, are you kidding me? Like
it was Fidal. It was the first half too when Fidal
hit him. Yeah, I don't know how he didn't get a foul and a yellow for that.
Dude, I mean, it was more, he cleared it and then collided. That definitely a foul, but I don't think that would have been a yellow. But
yeah,
because he clears it and then he collides.
Like Kenny was saying, like Rafa was like bouncing off. Like he was like bouncing off people, and like we don't even get those calls. Like,
yeah, but we had a few chances. He was like off and running a little bit, and he'd get held back. Usually, you see a yellow card there, something, nothing the entire game.
But there was Sporting had some too. There was a foul on Otamendi. Already had a yellow though, but he literally like tackles Thiago Tomas to the ground. He grabs it like Thiago Tomas hits the ball and he could run out, and it was going to be a breakaway. He literally grabs him and wrestles him to the ground almost, and there was no foul, no yellow there. I'm pretty sure it was Otamendi. I'm pretty sure Otamendi had one too.
Otamendi fucking took him out with a hip check on the sideline.
Weigl took him.
Weigl got the yellow at midfield too. Yeah,
because he carried.
But there was definitely some tackles on Thiago Tomas that could have easily been a yellow, and they weren't.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe because he guards a lot.
No, that's Nuno Santos. He had a couple of those.
Yeah, Nuno Santos.
Well, I'll tell you this: if you go back and look, Servi dives too. When Neto gets his yellow, he doesn't even touch him.
Servi's played.
He's already jumping in the air when he's on the ground.
Talking about Servi. No, he played, but he was horrible. Holy fuck! I'm not gonna defend him again. Dude, that kid could not get one pass. I think his head was like it was already on Celta Vigo. Dude, all I know is they cannot get one pass. The guys, if you notice, the guys stopped passing him the ball. Like a lot of times,
Grimaldo on that left side.
Yeah, so I actually thought, like, didn't you guys think it was like kind of odd that they were going more to Gilberto? Like, I was like, dude, go to the left side. Why are we not going like attacking on the left side? We barely attacked on the left side in the first half. Like,
but even when we got on the left side, I feel like we didn't really do much. I just feel like
and also, you said that Gilberto I thought Gilberto sucked today, and I also thought that he was scared to go at Nuno Mintz because I thought Nuno Mintz kind of put him in his back pocket.
I don't think so. I think he attacked Nuno Mintz pretty good, and Nuno Mintz is faster than him. And I think he went at him. I really thought Gilberto had a decent game compared to.
I thought he had a decent game. He got some crosses in, but his crosses were all floaters.
The crosses annoyed me.
Adán could have grabbing him fucking with no pressure. Like, here's another.
But on the other side, Servi didn't have any crosses.
Correct.
So, and now I'm reading the comments. I'm gonna ask a question to Paul. Is Benfica fourth or third place?
They're third right now.
They're third, right? Third. Why are we fourth? Why are we fourth?
Isn't it goal differential right now because head doesn't matter?
Exactly. Right? Because I would have lost my bet with Paul if Porto and Benfica, if Sporting and Benfica were tied on points. Because
you lost anyways.
I know, because head-to-head bullshit and all that. Like
head-to-head only counts at the end.
At the end. So right now,
why did you bring this up? Is there like
because on the thing, everybody's telling Benfica's fourth. No, they're third place. Wait until the end of the season and say a fourth.
I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to go to the the official
Oh
league
my
website
God,
and
dude.
tell you what the standings are. Let me see.
Is it-
Well, I'll
is
tell you
there-
right now, you're 9 points from first. So wherever that puts you, if it's third or fourth, that's where you are.
It's true. That's good. That's good.
Don't worry.
Benfica
But,
is
hey, you
fourth.
still have the cliff.
Benfica's in
You're already
fourth.
on it.
33
Well,
points.
you guys
I'm on
either gonna win out.
But
You
dude,
guys-
I'm not gonna catch you when you land. I'm not gonna catch you, my friend. Hey,
Well,
you know,
you-
I'll tell
I hope
you.
not.
Let me
I
tell
hope
you one
not.
thing. In this, I hope I'm wrong. But watch Benfica be the ones that take the campeonato away from you and give it to Porto. Watch. Hope I'm wrong because I want you guys to win instead of Porto.
Well, I'll tell
Me
you. Right,
too.
hopefully, you guys are like at least relevant in that.
No,
phase,
and-
not
and-
waiting for
Hey,
fourth.
hey, if we were like
Yo.
if we're comfortable, I guarantee that we take the campeonato from you guys and give it to Porto.
Yeah, you have
Watch.
to beat us though.
I know, but watch. That's the only game we probably win against the three big, and watch it be that one.
Yeah, see, you have to catch your words because you want to say the big three. But speaking of the big four, right?
I said three
Look
big.
at your record. Look at your record against them. How many wins do you have against Sporting, Porto, and Braga?
In the last
this
10 years,
season?
probably 20.
No, this season.
How many do you have?
This season we have 4 wins and 1
No,
tie.
you beat us for the first time in Alvalade since 2012. That's embarrassing.
All I heard there was you beat us, and then you kind of fell lower in the cliff.
2012. That's 9 years if you know how to count. 9 years.
Yo,
I heard was
in Alvalade.
Was it like this yesterday?
In Alvalade, in your home.
It does-
In your home.
Oscar.
And the only reason you beat us today is because there's
Oscar,
no
I
fans.
can't-
'Cause we would have
I
had
can
more
barely
fans in
hear
your
you.
stupid stadium than you guys have.
I can barely hear you, dude.
No,
All I heard was after
after
you said you beat us, you fell off. I couldn't hear you anymore.
Yeah. 2012, the last win you guys had in your home against us.
But my
I
point
know
is,
that.
so you guys against Porto are 0-2, right? No, 1-1, right? You tied and lost. Against Braga, 0-2.
Yeah, this
Against
year we
Sporting-
this year we suck. This year we suck. It's fine. Yeah, this year we
That's
suck.
what you were saying yesterday.
I-
Yesterday, 3-0, 3-1.
Yeah, I've been saying Benfica sucks for the whole season. If you paid attention at all, I said
Not
Benfica sucks.
last podcast.
But against weak teams, we usually beat them, and you guys are weak. So I thought I was confident. But
Well, it's funny 'cause, it's
just
funny you
like-
mentioned that because Boa Vista has 2 wins, right? So
oh
that's at least
yeah,
2
and
they
the
beat
one
you
of us is
2.
Benfica. Yeah. What was the other one? Do you know that? What was the other one? Tell me.
They just
Oh.
won last week,
Oh,
I guess,
yeah,
like you
still
said.
Amadora. Yeah.
Tondela.
Yeah,
Just
all
consider
I'm
it.
saying, look at the history between our two clubs.
Dude, you
This
keep
year's
living
a-
in the past.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit about history. I care about this year.
Hey, and we're gonna take the campeonato from you guys. Watch.
Yeah, no, you have to beat one of the big teams first before you come talk to me.
Uh,
0-1-4 is like
Oh, man.
0-1-4 is sad. You guys
It's
waste
sad.
$100 million.
It's sad.
0-1-4.
Hey, let me look up.
we
let
spent
me
50 million net, but we did buy 100 million worth. But
And
net was
Sporting
50.
is 4-1-0. Just so you know,
Look. Good job.
it is a good job.
I hope you
Looking at
guys
some of these-
Undefeated on the season.
I heard you guys brought the Taça de Cerveja to the field today to celebrate your big accomplishment.
There were fireworks
fans,
too. You
no
should have been
fans.
there.
They had fireworks.
I saw all those Finns running to this field. Yay! Sporting ganhou a Taça do Caneco.
You don't get yelled at, dude. Vai trabalhar.
Hey, I have to go. Hold on a second. I'll be right back.
Oh man, Pitoro's angry.
Olha assim.
The boss.
Pitoro's the man of the match.
Hey, you want to put $5 if TV's not working?
Portuguese
The
household
boss.
right there. Portuguese household. That was clutch. Saved by Pitoro is what we're gonna call this one.
Oh man.
Um,
I'm legit
question.
crying.
There's a question here in the chat. Pedro says, "Question for Mike: Does Benfica's team still make the Europa final you predicted?" My prediction was before the season or when the season started. Looking
What's
at
the
it
question?
today,
They won't even
Do I-
pass Arsenal.
I predicted at the beginning of the season that Benfica would make it to the Europa League final. That was my prediction. Looking at it today, if a month and a half ago Arsenal was on the down and Benfica was decent, now Benfica's on the down and Arsenal's on the way up. So I don't think that it looks good, but in a 2-leg elimination, you never know. I don't think Arsenal is that much better right now, but they are better than Benfica, so we'll see. So there's your answer. Oscar, what'd you do, dude? Pitoro's pissed.
I don't know. Our neighbor's knocking on the door or some shit. I don't fucking know. You had to go to the roof, I guess. I don't know.
Jonathan said you're going to timeout.
Check nada.
What do you guys? I'll ask you guys. What do you think this result does for the rest of the season. Kenny, I'll start with you. 9 points back again, 54 points up for grabs. How do you think this impacts the team? Do you think there's a way that they can bounce back? Again, there's a lot of league to play. I know you said 3-game swing, right? One of those games is against Sporting at home. So technically, if there's a result that goes our way here and there, obviously we have to win more than them. But then it comes down to head to head, right? So basically, if we can beat them at home by more than 1-0, right, then we take the head to head. But what do you think the expectations are, I guess, going forward?
So, I think, you're going to have to beat all three of the top four, the other three, right? You're going to have to beat Porto, you're going to have to beat Sporting, you're going to have to beat Braga. We haven't shown that we can do that. Now, those games are later on in the second half of the season, or the most of them, and who knows what can happen, right? I think Benfica, they're like I said, they're only the only thing that I see them fighting for is the Taça de Portugal at the end of the day. But I would say on Sporting's side, I think Sporting's got a lot of pressure now to win the league. Like, tremendous. 9 points for Benfica. What are they from Porto?
4.
4?
4. Yep.
They're undefeated in the league. They have nothing else to play for. Basically, the league is theirs to lose. So this is pressure they're not used to. It's pressure that you lose the title with, everything seems to be in your favor right now. I think it's a lot of pressure on Sporting. We'll see if they can, keep through to the end.
So just to comment on the pressure we're not used to, we lost. So you said January was going to be a big month because there was a lot of big games, right? Which is a lot. I think it's pressure in general. And we lost to Marítimo in Taça Portugal. Then we came out of that and beat Porto. Then we ended up tying. I think then it was beat Porto, tied Rio Ave. No. We tied Rio Ave, then beat Porto,
beat
then
Braga.
beat Braga, and then played
beat us.
Boavista, and then beat Benfica too. So coming off our first loss since before Opa started, that was our first loss. We came back to a tie, and that's what we had. We were missing guys off COVID too, but that's not an excuse to tie Rio Ave. And then we beat the big three. Aside from Sporting, right? So I think that's coming back from a loss and doing that says a lot about the team.
You said it right. You beat the big three.
Yeah.
We're the number one of the big four. Right?
Yeah, right now
we can't beat ourselves.
But I'm just saying, at that time, right? Everyone was kind of tight, right? It was a pretty much a 1 game difference, 1 game swing. If Sporting had lost to Benfica today, everything's kind of back in the mix. There's not as much pressure. Like if Sporting loses the Campeonato, being in first place after the first round, it's still it's Sporting, same old Sporting, whatever. Now, you guys, there's a legit chance. You guys are undefeated. You've beaten all the big clubs. You really don't have anything else to play for. You have a clean schedule. There's a lot more pressure now not to screw up.
But I think us losing would have also been more pressure because Oscar made a good point yesterday. If we had lost to Benfica today, right, and then we have to go to Marítimo on the next game, and we lose again, that's literally the cliff he's been talking about. Because then we would have, if Benfica had won today and then won again next week, we would have been tied in points. Porto would have been probably in front of us, especially with Porto winning today. Once Porto won, if we had lost today, it would have made a bigger swing. I think even more pressure on Sporting. Us winning keeps us almost with a game in hand because if we lose and Porto win, we're still ahead of them. So I think if that ends up happening, then the pressure starts to hit. But right now, Sporting can still play just how they are. They don't have to get too into their own heads. To be honest, they shouldn't worry too much about Benfica right now, right? If it gets cut down, you can start worrying about them. But they got to worry about Porto now. That's our biggest issue.
I'm going to pass it to you, Paul. What do you think this game does for you guys? And taking into consideration the acquisition you guys had today, Dave mentions it here. Paulinho joining Sporting, Sporad going the other way on loan, and Borja going permanently for it ended up being $3 million So it was a 16 million deal, but it ended up being 13 because they paid 3 million for Borja. Sport out on loan, and Braga keeps 30% of Paulinho's pass, which I think was a lot. So 13 million, 28-year-old. You only have 70%. Are you happy with the acquisition, and how do you think this helps for the rest of the season?
So I am happy with it because Paulinho has been great. I do think we overpaid a little bit. The fact that
Sport money.
Well, we sold a lot of guys last year, and we didn't sign many like big contracts at all. Sporad is only on loan, right? So basically, we spent 13 million cash, and then Borja after a while, Borja, I would never play him anyway on the Sporting ever again because he sucked.
What position does he play? I don't even know where he plays.
So Borja he's a left back, but they played him as one of the back three against Rio Ave. But he's a left back. I mean, he would have been fine as like a backup for Nuno Mins, but it's whatever. We have Antunes, who I think sucks anyway. But I'm very happy with the acquisition. I think Paulinho is going to bring us a true striker, which I thought Sporad had like his good and bad games. He was inconsistent. And hopefully Paulinho comes. I mean, Oscar made the point yesterday too, right? That people that come from Braga sometimes they don't pan out, or teams like that come to the big teams. I think Sporting's hit a lot of home runs.
He's going down to your team. Holy shit! Forget it straight.
Going down, yeah. Bro, 4th and 1 is different. It's a lot higher.
Oscar's ladder is upside down.
Yeah, he doesn't get it. But anyway, I think it's going to help us a lot. I think it gives us more depth too. Even though we lost a striker for a striker, but I think he's going to be a starter. You won't be coming in off the bench unless we want to do the speed. But now we have Jovan too, that's healthy, coming in off the bench. So I think it helps us a lot in the long run, especially when all we have to worry about is the Campeonato. Not having all these guys now is great.
Okay, Jay, what are your thoughts on this? The rest of the season, what this game does to us? What are your expectations?
So, the year that we came back from 7 points. We actually had a pretty good team, and they kind of gelled together, and that team was like a machine towards the end. And you could tell, like, every time we were playing, like, that team was going to do something on the field. I don't see that happening this year. I think Kenny nailed it. I think the only trophy that we play for is the Taça Portugal. I'm not saying the season's over, but 9 points, Sporting the way they're playing once a week too. I just don't see it. And like this was crucial. This game was crucial for us, especially anytime you can gain points on your team and you're in 3rd place. It's important. Instead, we kind of took a back seat.
Oscar, what's your expectation?
Well, I think, like I said yesterday, if we lose today, I don't see us coming back to win the Campeonato. But I see us at least fighting for. Well, good thing this year is 3 teams go to Champions League. Well, 1 has to qualify. So we're fighting for the Champions League. But we do have the next stretch of games, which I've taken out Guimarães, where we were the fucking best team in Portugal, right? 5-0 or 6-0 beginning of the season.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we get a little more better results coming up next, and because our next big game, to be honest with you, other than Guimarães at home next week, is Braga in March, end of March. All right, and so other than taking away Arsenal for the Europa, right? But the next big game for the league is Braga. And if we don't build or at least cut down the difference in points, because they do play each other on one of these games in between, Porto and Sporting. So we are going to catch at least one, or if we keep our results going, if we better our results, we might be able to cut the difference on one of those teams. So we'll see. I don't have any faith, but we'll see. And Sporting, I don't think they win the Campeonato. I don't.
Jonathan asks a question here, now that you just mentioned that.
You better hope not.
Finally time to admit Sporting are for real. What do you guys think?
No, I don't think they're for real.
I've never said they weren't for real. I would just say that. I do think that they're obviously a real team. They're always there, but this year
they always choke. They always choke.
They do always choke. But I mean, but this year They legit have
And
one
then-
fucking
and then-
trophy to play
And then it
for.
was Ricardo's foul, or oh yeah, the color fault. It's always a choke, and then it's always an excuse why
Yeah,
they choke.
but, you
It's
know,
always
sometimes-
It's just like you guys
but-
choke every game and you come up here and make excuses every week on the podcast.
I know. I say we suck. I admit
Oscar.
when we suck. Today we sucked. Yeah, okay. We
Yeah.
got
Dude,
the
you
win.
blamed COVID all day last night,
Yeah,
all night.
you said it too. You lost some points on COVID. I said we would have lost
That's
some of
an
the points you lost
excuse.
because of COVID. It's an
That's
excuse.
an
You did it
excuse.
too. You did it too. We lost. You guys lost some
I
points in the
said it's
beginning.
not an excuse. It shouldn't be to lose to Tyler Uave. It's not an excuse. We should have beat them.
This is
But my point is, you're saying that Sporting didn't hit a cliff and you guys did because of COVID as an excuse.
No, we lost 19 players to COVID at the same time. If you don't say that's
Not
legit.
It was only your back line that you were missing.
No, it was not only our back line. Our whole
We had
back
10
line.
players.
We played
10 players.
with legit like wingers as like defensive midfield. The back line. Like don't say our back line was not all. It was all there. It was all legit.
No, they
backups
were all
playing.
gone. Your back line was the ones that you were missing.
No shit. How many goals we conceded on those the time that we didn't have?
You
a back
concede
line?
every game, so it's hard to count them.
Oh
all.
yeah. Keep talking, but you'll see. Hey, the question was: is Sporting for real? No, they're not for real. I think.
How are they not for real, dude?
Because
They've literally beaten all the big clubs.
Yeah.
We haven't lost any of
one.
them. We haven't lost any of
They're
them.
undefeated, bro.
This
It's
is
different than any other year.
Dude, you always talk about being realistic. You got to be realistic.
I am
Guys,
being
Ozzy's
realistic.
taking this to the grave. He's
I
taking
am
it to the
being
grave.
what I'm being
They're
realistic
fucking
is.
for real. You can't say they're not for real. They're 9 points up.
Let him talk. Let him talk. I want to hear it.
And they've been up before, and Jesus was there, and then all of a sudden choke, and they go down. This is only the first half of the season. God damn it! Let's wait until the second half of the season. Let's get
ready,
the first.
you're ready to throw
Yeah,
in
but
the
like
towel
all-
for Benfica, but you're like
I am, but Benfica have thrown the towel not because Sporting has had 9 points, just because we're behind 4 points with Porto and 9 points with Sporting, and that's like that together. That's 13 points.
So
Okay.
who's for real then? So Porto's for real?
So 14 points. Huh? No, both together is impossible for Benfica to get there. Right? But Porto, it does not choke when it comes to crucial moments. They don't choke. Other than last time they
Because
lost.
they lost to Sporting 2-1 in the last 10
No.
minutes. They choked.
Yeah. Oh my God. Good luck on the Taça de Cerveja. You drink out of it yet?
It's still you guys lost it. Like I don't get it.
But we have 9. How many you have? 2, 1?
Dude, you keep
Yeah, but it
living
doesn't
in
take
the
away the
past.
fact
That's
that you
your
want to
problem.
win it.
Look, the question
won't
was,
concede. You won't
do I
concede.
trust you guys? I don't. Do I trust it?
Honestly?
Listen, the only reason
It's not
is
about
because
trusting. It's like, do you think Sporting is the real deal? I don't see how you can't.
they're in first place.
You won't
they're
concede, dude. He's better than Benfica's defense. He's better than
No,
Benfica's
so
defense. He will
Oscar,
not
you have
concede.
$100 right now, and you have to make
And
it bet.
if the best Sporting wins the Campeonato, no, I say no.
Damn.
I say no. And I might be wrong, but it's only 20
I mean,
years
you've been
of
wrong
history.
about almost everything you said. So
Hey, have I been wrong? You've been wrong the last 20 years. You've been saying
Yeah, I
Sporting
mean-
next year, next year.
but
but
you've
you,
been wrong on
you said
two bets.
we'd hit a cliff by February. You said that we would lose 3-1 or 3-0 to Benfica.
Oh,
What else
yeah.
did you say? That we'd be like 4 points back of Benfica by this time in February. You have no chance of catching us until like
No,
at least March.
I took my towel already. My towel is thrown. But yours
Yeah,
didn't
now,
come
but
soon.
it's all stuff that you said that you were wrong about. So this is just one more thing you can add to your list. Where's your little
I don't
journal I
know.
told you about?
Dude, Oscar, like I don't know, like they honestly play once a week. Like they can train all week and then they play. Like they have so much time to go over a game plan for every team. I don't know,
I
man.
cannot wait. I
To
cannot
me,
wait to
to
see
me,
it
it's
with
gonna
you
be.
fuckers.
And they just
in
got
May.
better.
And
Technically,
dude,
they
trust
just
me,
got
trust me. I don't care who wins between Sporting and Porto, but I don't know, man. Sporting looks pretty good right now.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, 4
say-
points
to say
for
that-
Porto isn't. Porto's 100% still in it. We still got to
Yeah.
face them in like 2 weeks. So
But
I'm
they-
not saying that, but I think Sporting has a better chance than Porto because we're 4 points up. It's 2 games.
Yeah, I just don't know how you can't say that.
Yeah, but they're both of you guys are real contenders. If you're saying who's
Yeah.
a real
Yeah.
contender to win the title, Sporting and Porto. That's it.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. Yeah.
At this point, we can say Sporting, Porto, Braga, and Benfica. Like 9 points it's still 9 points. You don't. I mean,
You're literally like contradicting yourself now.
But saying contenders. Are you trying to say Benfica and Braga out of the race?
To
You
win
did.
the title?
No, I threw the towel because I don't believe in Benfica, but they're not out of the race. Point wise, they're not out of the race.
Well, no shit. There's 54. You're only 9.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
mathematically, you're
contenders
not.
too. So contenders means they're still in the race. Contenders. I threw the towel because I don't believe in it, but I also don't believe in Sporting winning. because the last 20 years showed that they can. When Jesus was there, they had the best team in Portugal, playing best soccer, and they're on a lead by whatever 5-6 points. And guess what happened?
So
I
looked at this earlier. I was looking at the past, I think, like 5 years. There's the winner, the top 3 teams. It's usually comes down to, I think it's like between 8 or 9 games that they don't get a result, right? That's either a tie or a loss. So Benfica's at what right now? 3 ties, 3 losses.
Yep.
6 games. So I'm telling you, it's a 3-game swing. Benfica doesn't get a result in 3 more games, which, like I said, it's a 3-game swing. You're never going to catch up. I think the best you could do is tie in points to Sporting, and they're going to likely have, the tiebreaker if it doesn't come down to head-to-head. But I literally don't think we're in contention anymore. I know it's halfway through the season, but I think in the Portuguese league, a 3-game swing when you haven't shown that you've beaten a top team, and you're going to have to play them all again. And I just think it's too much. I really do. Listen, and I don't even think we're going to get a result next week.
We've had campeonatos. Most campeonatos we've won in this last 10, 20 years, we didn't beat the top 2-3 teams, or like Sporting. We tied Sporting a lot of those times,
but guess
and
what?
Portugal always lost. But we beat all the bottom of the table teams, and this time we're fucking choking against them.
But this year you're gonna have to. That's the difference. This year you're going to have to beat at least 2 of the 3 to even like tie in points. You're going to have to beat Porto or Sporting.
Dude, I don't believe in Benfica.
No, they're not either one. They're gonna have to beat both.
They're gonna have to beat Sporting for
They're gonna have to beat Porto. They're gonna have to beat Sporting. They're gonna have to be like they have. Do Benfica in order to Benfica win the Campeonato, they legit have to go pretty much undefeated. Like maybe a tie, 1 or 2 ties, but they pretty much have to go undefeated. There's no way in hell we're gonna come even remotely close.
And they have to take advantage of those teams playing each other. Sporting playing Braga, Sporting playing Porto.
You just hate to be in this situation where you rely on someone else. Like Sporting is sitting pretty, rely on just themselves. They just have to worry about their fucking games, their results. They don't have to be like watching us. Like we're over here watching fucking Porto play. Like, come on, get a draw. Like, no, they don't have to do any of that. They just have to focus on whatever they have to do, and that's it. Like that's
Sporting can afford to lose a big game. They can because they're 4 points clear, so they can afford to lose a big game. I hope. Look. Again, Farense is the last place team on the league, right? Is it not? And Sporting has
Vista.
No, Farense is last.
Oh, is it?
And if you think about it, Sporting and now Valad, it was the last 95th minute PK to save him that game.
Yeah, but we also dominated that game. It wasn't
I
like
don't
it
give
was...
a shit. I'm talking about these little teams. There's little games like that you can lose points. It's not like those games are guaranteed wins. They're not.
Yeah, but you're going to lose those points too. Yeah, you're going to lose those points too.
I'm not talking about Benfica. I'm already look. If I had a towel here, I would have tossed it. I don't give a shit.
I do think adding Paulinho too, it like improves our attack. Like Sporting, one thing that I hated is our strikers don't score enough. Porto is our top scorer by far, and he's not even like a striker. He's like a 10 if you want, or
and you got better.
Now we just got a guy that can actually find the net. So I think that's going to help our attack even more.
And Benfica went and got a center back.
And
I think we have guys like both our wing backs, Nuno Mendes and Porto. They can swing the ball in from both sides. You have a Staka like Paulinho in the middle. He's going to find some headers in there. I mean, even when Braga played Benfica and played Sporting, like that was their attack, right? They just swing balls in, and these tall guys just come in and get their head on it. I think he's going to add a lot of value to our striking and goals. So I think we got better and have one game a week to worry about. I mean, definitely Porto can catch up. I'm not saying that Sporting's champions, but I just think that we have the better odds. Yeah. And we are
definitely for real. Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
I agree. I think Oscar's the only one that disagrees with that.
Yeah, he won't concede. I mean, he's taking it to
I won't concede because they choke. They taught me how to. They choke.
You've had to like how many dinners do you owe Paul? And you like
I'm not betting anymore with Paul.
Hey, can I don't know if I would just want to change the subject to one thing. So I know we touched on Darwin a little bit, and I've been on the back end of this Darwin conversation for a while. So the kid's definitely going through a lull, right? There's something for me, it's still like a long-term project. I'm not talking like a 6-7 year. I'm talking like it's going to be more than a year. We talked about this before, how look at Oscar Cardozo, his numbers, his first 3 years, how he wasn't that great. His first 2 years at Benfica, he kind of worked his way into being a top scorer. I think Darwin, hopefully, or else I'm going to be, pie in my face, but hopefully he's going to have that same trajectory. The kid's young. I just don't know if they're using him right. Like, clearly, today he was, like, playing by himself. Like, he's getting the ball not even anywhere near the inside the box. I don't think that's clearly not his strong suit. I mean, he can't dribble with he can run into space, but he cannot run with the ball and fake someone out. I think they need to work him more as like a poacher in the box. I don't think they're working him right. And yeah, I mean, at this point, it looks like he's gonna have to take, he's gonna have to ride the bench because he's just all over the place.
We're gonna put in there. We're gonna put in there.
I mean, that's why I say this team has been mismanaged. I think this team has been
there too.
Yeah.
No, my dog's
at your house.
I thought he should have been subbed out earlier. I thought Steph should have came in earlier for Darwin because I just thought Darwin was just like Kenny's saying, he wasn't in the game and he could have been subbed out.
Yeah,
but they need to figure that out.
Yeah, they need to figure it out because this team, for me, the roster has been mismanaged. I think we're like look at this. We went into the game today with 3 center backs. We let 2 go on loan, and we don't have any backup. Veríssimo's not even here yet. Now Jardel could possibly, looks like it was a muscle, like he pulled a muscle. He could be gone in probably another month, and we're sitting with 2 center backs on the team, and we just let two go on loan. So. And when Veríssimo gets here, we're only going to have 3. So there's not much depth there. I think
we have 4. We got Morato there too, if we need to. He's been called up. He just hasn't played. Center backs is our least of our worries, guys.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, I feel like the roster itself has been mismanaged. I know we got
100%.
and Darwin, but we also let go, like, when we have Steph, and I know we had to let go of Ruben Diaz. I just think there's a lot of things that went wrong with the roster from the very beginning. We got all these new toys, and we thought we were going to do good. They haven't panned out, and it's frustrating to see. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. Like, they have to change something up, and I don't know what you guys think about Darwin, but I don't think they're using him right either. Like, today he was by himself. He's not playing the system the right way. I think they need to change it up. I don't know.
Dude, I actually saw when Benfica attacked. I don't know if you guys noticed, like, when somebody had a ball wide, like a Rafa or Servi on the other side, nobody in the box. Nobody went forward to attack the ball.
Yeah, because Darwin's fucking outside the box.
Yeah, but is that his position? Is he playing wing? Is he playing a center forward? What's the fuck is he playing?
When there's 2 strikers, he always plays on the left-hand side. He's always on the left.
Then he shouldn't be a striker. Then he shouldn't be our striker.
Those are the orders that obviously the coach is giving him, because I can't imagine a striker like him is wanting to roam outside of the box. Like, that doesn't make any sense. He's not a guy like, Pot, for example, right? He's not really a striker. He's a forward, right? So he can kind of roam, get into space, create some plays. But he's a different type of striker. And we mentioned it before. I don't understand why he's always getting isolated, out wide, dropping in. Right, because then he doesn't have anyone to run off his back. Like, we don't have a midfielder to score goals other than Pizzi, right? But he's not a guy to get in behind, right? Like, you had Saviola, Cardozo, right? Like, Cardozo could drop in, Saviola can get in behind, right? You always had that guy that can come and go. Rodrigo, right? Cardozo, Lima, right? Aimad, right? Aimad played as a midfielder, but he always was able to get in behind, right? So we don't have that guy that can give that deadly pass from midfield. If Pizzi doesn't create that pass, no one else is creating it. And that's our problem with Darwin, because he's roaming out wide, and then we're not getting the ball. And then when we cross the ball, I don't know, there was a cross earlier today that they crossed the ball, and the guys in the box were Tarat and Gilberto.
Second half, yeah.
Are you kidding me? As a defensive team, like Neto and Coates, like, oh, Naka, give me that. And by the way, I don't know if you guys noticed, I didn't realize he was this big, but Coates is a fucking monster. He is huge.
He's a monster.
He was standing next to Otamendi on a corner kick.
Yeah,
dude, he's massive compared to him.
Yeah.
But Otamendi is short.
Otamendi's not short. He's a pretty tall guy, but Coates is fucking massive compared to him.
I have one thing to say about Nunes because Pedro looks to make a comment, likes to troll him a little bit.
Don't even
Yeah, he
listen.
does.
I will say this. I will say this to Pedro. I guarantee you, we sell Darwin for more money than any forward that Porto sold.
I hope so. We paid 25 for him.
I'm just saying. I bet he's saying dinheiro mal gasto. I bet we sell him more for the amount of money. I bet we sell him more money than any Porto.
Well, but I'll tell you one thing: Porto sells Marega for 15. With those 15 gave more to Porto, and Nunes 25 gave Benfica.
Look, I'm not like, dude. You're bringing up two different types of conversations. We're not talking about that. I'm talking. He's saying dinheiro mal gasto, but I'm going to say that I guarantee you, we end up making more money than any of his forwards that they got sold for.
Just Paul, what's this look like from an outsider, right? From a Sporting fan who, again, it's been, you guys won in 99, 2000, and then 2001, 2002. It's been a while since you guys won the title, right? You guys are obviously contenders, although your coach won't admit to it. What do you see? What does it look like from an outsider looking in on this Benfica side, right? You guys are normally on the other side of it, like struggling, bad acquisitions, obviously not spending as much money. But what does it look like from your perspective looking into Benfica right now?
Well, I think I said earlier, they're not as scary as they usually are. Like Benfica, to me, like they don't look, even when they go attack, right? They'll put together passes in the midfield. When they get to the final 18, they can't finish. Like they did play well against Belenenses. I watched a little bit of that game, but like Benfica is not like the scary Benfica that people are used to. They're literally like I think Darwin is not. I don't think he's good. He is young, but he's like a lost puppy on the field. He had that one chance in the second half, and he's running like away from goal more than he runs towards goal. It's like I don't know what his mindset is. Thiago Tomás, for example, he's 3 years younger, I think, than him. And he looks like he knows what he's doing more on the field than Darwin does. But to me, I feel like when you play Benfica, normally you go into it like if we get a result here, we're in good shape. Today, when we went into the game at the beginning, I like your nerves get settled. It's like Benfica is not that good, and then you just play them. And I like when you play Porto or even Braga, you have like guys that you're worried about. And for me, Benfica this year, I'm not worried about any of the guys. Rafa maybe, but even he didn't do too much today. Like
he was hurt the whole game.
Yeah, he got
hurt. I don't know how we didn't take him out. He was limping the whole time. Couldn't even use his.
But then he was our only threat in the second half too.
But like, do you see like every time there's a ball, like for a long ball, and we expect Rafa to run after it, you just let it go because he was hurt. Like,
there was no like opportunity where I was like, oh shit, like you guys almost scored. All the shots were either right out of Dan or I think your best chance was Darwin in the beginning of the second half. Aside from that, there was no like oh shit moment from Benfica, which you're not used to seeing. So personally, I love it. I love that you guys sit here and are miserable every week and talk shit about. It's awesome, but yeah, it's not where you're used to. So
How does it feel to be on the other side of that?
I mean, it feels great. It feels. Look at Oscar's face right now. Look at mine.
Olhos foguetes. He's trying all the foguetes before the festa. I'll help you put up the fire. I'll help you.
I mean, you got to put it all yours. Just give me some of your little fire extinguisher.
I've been throwing foguetes for the last 20 years. You've been open to throw them. Aquela merda está enferrujada, que tá pobre, está podre.
Just like your parachute, right?
Even like, this is the year. Light them up. Oh, okay, not this year. Next year. Next year. Next year. No, next year. This year, vai começar a encher o isqueiro. Aquela merda.
I just hope for your guys' sake you win at least one trophy after all the money you spent.
I hope so too.
This today, and you know what pisses me off the most is that our president doesn't even come out and talk. That's too. I wanted him to win. At this point, I'm like, dude, I wish the other guy won.
I agree with that. Paul, there's a comment here from Mikey. Seen 7-point turnovers in the back-to-back seasons. Anything is possible. Oh, wait, no, it's not that one. Hold on. Where the hell is it? It's a comment about... Oh, here it is. If I was Sportingista, I'd be happy about the win, but I'd be worried about that performance like that against a struggling club like Benfica at the moment. What do you have to say to that?
What Sporting played well. I mean, it wasn't like it's not that.
Well
dude, both Sporting literally destroyed.
It was
Right,
they both
it sucked.
games
But
sucked.
what did like Sporting outplayed Benfica? Like we did
In what
not
ways?
play bad. Dude, we're the only ones that created chances the whole game. You
Yeah,
guys
you had
literally everything.
Nett's chance in the goal. What else did you guys have?
Yeah, we had a few other shots too.
Oh
But
yeah,
like,
because
this
ask Audie how many saves he made.
bro,
Nothing.
2 shots, 2 chances to 0. Though.
Chances,
Like,
yeah,
we destroyed every play. Like Benfica would try and do something, and they did nothing. Like,
and we destroyed your
literally,
plays too. Like every time you got shot on net, it got blocked by somebody else. Like
So,
we had no shots on net either.
You're asking if I'm worried about Sporting's performance today. I'm not. I think Sporting did fine. Like they went in there like to attack. It was legit a midfield battle. It's not like Benfica is like the worst team in the friggin' league. Close to it, but you're not the worst. And the game was to his point, this game did not worry me. The games that worry me is when we're facing the Rio Aves and the Feirenses where we can't find the net. Benfica being 0-0 the whole game and then finding a goal at the end is a good result to me. If this was like game, yeah, no, it's what I'm saying. So fighting facing a little team and struggling is one thing. Facing Benfica and playing like we did today, I'm not worried at all.
Yeah, but today nobody dominated each other. You guys deserved to win because you guys had one more chance than we did, and then the goal. Well, the goal at the end was given to you guys. But
if you watch though, Jovan's right. If he doesn't hit that, it's gonna go in.
I know, but the way the ball got there, like when we let it bounce, that ball should never bounce. There's 2 Benfica defenders there. The ball should never bounce. So that was once it bounced, then it was a 50-50 ball, right? But that ball should never have gone to that position, right? And then the other chance was Neto. Neto's the only other chance.
And there's no excuse that Neto should find the goal. Literally, the goal is in the net.
So if I give you guys, if I say you guys deserve to win, it's because you guys created one more chance than we did.
Oldie made a big save on that like fluke ball. I don't know what happened. It
was actually. I think it would have probably been an own goal.
I don't. It might have just gone slightly wide.
Go wide. Look from the back of the net.
It looked like
it was going to go wide.
It's going wide. I saw the replay already 3 times.
Slightly.
It was going wide.
I think it was going to be close.
Yeah, there was a view from the net, and the ball's going wide. He didn't know the net was, so he saved it, but it was going wide.
Fair. I think that the next handful of games is going to be telling for the rest of the season. So, Sporting goes away to Marítimo now. They go away to Gil Vicente. They play at home to Paço Ferreira, at home to Portimonense, and then they go to Porto. That's their next 5. Benfica plays at home against Guimarães, who's on our heels, and they have one less game. They play at home against Famalicão. We play the Taça game, then we play away to Moreirense. We play the Europa League game, and then we play away to Feirense. So those are our next 5 games. Apart from Guimarães, the other teams are
Moreirense is going to be tough away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So apart from those two, the other 3 are bottom of the table. So I guess the next handful of games I think will be telling. If Sporting wins out, or even wins 3 of those games, I think we can gift wrap it, put the ball on it, blow a kiss, and help Paul set the fireworks off.
If we lose points again on Friday, I'm coming here with Linsters Brancos.
Yeah,
I want you.
Let's invite Luis Filipeira on this fucking pod. I'll give it to him.
What are you gonna say to him, Oscar?
That he fucking sucks dick.
Oh my god,
coming in hot.
Someone clip that and meme it.
And send it to him.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Anything you guys want to get off your chest before we make predictions for the next game?
I actually hold on. I actually have one more thing to say. What did you guys think about Gabby today? Because I thought he was fucking garbage, and they ruined us. I thought he sucked, and they ruined it because I thought Weigl was going to probably play pretty good in the midfield, and making him go back kind of screwed with us too as well. But I didn't think Gabby had a good game. I don't know what your thoughts were.
I didn't think he was himself, but I don't think he was the worst either. But he's also been out for a month and a half. I don't know why.
I didn't think he was that bad. I mean, he had a few mishaps over there, here and there, but that's usually what he does. But I didn't think he was that bad when he came
I
in.
thought it sucked. He was too many missed passes. I even said it to my dad. I was like, I'd rather have Tarab playing right now. And then Tarab,
Really?
and then Tarab showed up. And I was like,
Yeah, and then that's them both off the field.
Like I
Then
said, it's damned if you do, damned if you don't with either one of them. It's like, I mean, you don't have any other choice. You have to.
it seems to be like that's the position that we need to. If we're gonna spend money, that's where we should have spent money on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get why we didn't get anybody from the midfield.
I don't know why we gave away Jetson. We had one guy come back and Jetson could I don't get it. I'm still like baffled about that.
No,
decision.
I'm leaning more and more towards with Oscar and the whole Jesus thing. Like I'm kind of getting fed up with it. I really am. Like I thought maybe Jetson would like install maybe some new blood or like change things up. No, he loaned them out right away. Then like all these like just management changes just piss me off.
Jetson asked to leave.
No, but the thing that sucks is Jetson is a workhorse too. He's a guy who could like go box to box and he can run all game. But if he has to leave, then it sucks.
He asked to leave.
Okay,
and he didn't want to come back. If he came back, he would have lost $1 million between now and the end of the season. Benfica couldn't pay him that.
All right, fine, but like at this point, I would have
Our
rather
main
kept.
issue is not paying our youth.
At this point, I would have rather kept Ferro or Tudibu and gone and invested in the midfield because I don't know, like the midfield is
gone
so
too?
weak.
Yeah, he went to Nice.
Holy shit!
Like I just don't understand how he views the roster. Like I just view it so differently.
So are we finally going to see that fucking Murato guy from fucking the B team?
Oh, yeah, another one. So we already saw
Dude, I'm saying as like
Ramos.
I'm saying like as a fifth center back, they need to bring someone up.
Hey, Ken, let me ask you a question. And this is right now. Would you take Bruno Lage back right now?
No. I wouldn't take Bruno Lage back because I don't. He messed up the season at last year, the second half of the season. He lost the league last year. So I don't see what Bruno Lage would have done any different. I don't know. I wanted Jesus because of his how much he won with us, but like the more of like I look at the roster and the things that are going on and the team that he fields and the people on the bench, like our team, like we literally have no bench. You go in the second half, you need to make a sub, you gotta put in Tarat. You gotta put in Gabby, you gotta put in you gotta start Servi, and it's just no one is playing consistent. I don't even think these guys care anymore. Like I don't know what's going on, but like
was Everton hurt still? COVID?
No, he just came back from COVID today. Today was his okay. I didn't think he was going to play. Audi went in because he's a goalie. He doesn't have to run much.
Paul, every player he brought from Brazil has sucked.
Paul, this is going to be the deal. We'll give you balde de tremoços, presunto e salpicão, and you give us Ruben Amorim. How's that? And we'll give you Jorge Jesus.
Thanks. No, I don't want Jorge Jesus. You can stay there. It's I'm telling you, it's true. He's there just so Sporting can win the campeonato. He's making you guys lose.
Hey, Paul, I'll tell you one thing. And this is me being as serious as I can possibly be, right?
With a smirk on his face.
No, I'm on this. I would never say this, right? In all these portistas of what Pedro's a fake portista, he doesn't even count. But all these other teams, they know whatever. They'll be like, oh yeah, I can't believe you said that. If Benfica,
I know what you're gonna say.
If Benfica plays Sporting, second to last game, right? Second to last game of the season. And Sporting needs to beat Benfica to become campeão. And Benfica has the third place already guaranteed. I hope we lose.
You hope you lose?
Yes.
Why?
He's saying we play you guys in the second to last game.
He's saying that if
the title game is that game for you to win the title or Porto to win the title,
he would want you
to give you guys 3 points so you win the title.
He's trying to because you
don't want that because you've been saying all the show long.
Dude, if it comes to that
reverse psychology, reverse psychology.
It is. It's because he's trying to say that he hates Porto more than Sporting.
No, 100%.
No, that's fucking bullshit.
Any Benfiquista, true Benfiquista would prefer Sporting to win over Porto.
Paul, tell him to kick rock.
I agree. agree.
personally do. I fucking
100%.
hate Porto.
So
100%.
yes. So if it comes to that game,
100%.
and third
I'd
place
rather
is
see
guaranteed.
Porto.
If third place is guaranteed, we have no chance of getting second. This is the ifs. If we have no chance of getting second, and we're third place guaranteed, like the fourth is already far away, and we have Sporting has to beat us to become Campeonatos, I'll take the loss.
I'm sorry,
I'll
right?
tell you this. If it comes down to that game, I'm glad it's Benfica we're facing because it'll be an easy win.
Oh, now I
No.
take it back. Fuck Sporting.
No, this is the thing, Oscar. You could probably say that all the years except for this year because you have been saying a lot of stuff about Sporting.
But I don't think you'll get to that. I'll
tell you right now, if Sporting was the Campeonato, you're gonna, dude.
I will, but I don't think they will. But if it does come to that, I'd rather Sporting win than Porto. But I don't think they will.
Yeah, listen, I'm the same way. Like if Braga can't like win the league, then I'll give it to Sporting. I'd rather see Sporting than Porto.
I'd rather see Braga over any.
But I bet Paul's the other way around. If the title's between Porto,
Yeah, he gives it to Porto, 100%.
Oh yeah,
because
why?
Sure.
It's the same
Just
thing. Because
listen to this podcast. You listen to this podcast once or twice. You hear Oscar's mouth. You hate Benfica.
Yeah.
This-
It's the same in like every
and
country.
you're an ass
Like,
licker. You're an ass licker for Porto.
O Pintinho,
I could not care less about Porto.
and you like it.
No, the truth is, no one that like between Jay and Pedro, there's one fan there.
Pedro does not know anything.
Jay doesn't talk shit about anyone really in Portugal anymore. He focuses on like Chelsea.
EPL.
Like
That's all
he doesn't.
cares
He doesn't talk about
until Porto's in first place, and then Chelsea goes down. He talks about Porto.
those
Porto
kids
goes
don't-
down. He
those
talks
kids
about
don't care.
Chelsea.
But Jay, those guys
care
don't
about
talk
Porto.
shit to me at all. Like you guys talk shit about Sporting so much. Why would I?
Hey, you
like
guys.
Benfica
Whoa,
at all?
easy with the you guys.
Yeah, I'm not in those conversations, Paul.
Mostly Oscar.
So, listen, it's mostly if when you see the fan base, that's what makes you hate a team. Like I hate Benfica, it's true. I hate Porto too. I also hate Chelsea FC with a passion because of the fans. It's simple. Like when the fans suck, you hate the team. Not all the fans, but some of them.
Jonathan agrees. I knew he would agree.
Yeah, because
Benfica fans are insufferable when they're on top.
It's the same way with the presidents. The presidents are the same way too.
It's every sport's like that. Like it's you have the teams that you.
No.
That's why everyone hates Patriots fans, right?
Rivals always root for the little guy, the opposite little guy, right? Which is fine. Like I root for Sporting because there's a little guy. You Sporting fans root for Porto because they're a little guy compared to us, so it's fine.
We don't root for them.
When I'm not winning, I like the little guy to win. I like that's how I feel. Like I like the little team.
So you must be having a ball this year because you're definitely not winning.
I know, but when I'm not winning, I like the little guy to win. That's it. In almost all sports.
It literally makes no sense. If that would be the case, you'd like the Shabs to win, right? Don't you
No,
guys
and whenever
It's
possible.
the Cinderella story. Everyone loves the underdog.
100% the underdog.
Well, in this case, everyone loves Benfica this year then because you're the underdog almost every game.
No, underdog. It's 20 years. 2001, 20 years.
Bro,
He's definitely underdog.
I'm living in the present, not in the
live
past.
present. So every time the
What does it matter what happened in 2016? What does that matter right now?
Huh?
Nothing.
What happened?
What does it matter? Like you pick a year from the last 20 years. Who cares? I care about this year.
Well, I'm curious. This year, Benfica can't win.
Because Benfica sucks. Because Benfica sucks. You have to talk about all the past years.
No,
That's what it is.
no.
Of course.
I can go back.
Dude, all you say is history, not current.
Oh, dude, what's going on? We're gonna keep arguing about history.
All right.
I'm not. Oscar's bringing it up. It's only defense because this year he has nothing to put his. There's nothing to say.
Yeah.
About Benfica.
Honestly, today is Paul's day. Paul has Paul can speak his mind.
Oscar's
Absolutely.
upset. It's okay.
Did he just get up?
Sorry. Internet problems.
Hey, Rod, whelping for 20 years.
Oh my God, the kid hasn't even liked the soccer team for 20 years. What the hell? That kid is the biggest fraud in soccer fans. He's one of the worst I've ever seen. Kid's from Brazil and decides to like Chelsea in 2004 because his best friend Jay liked him. That's the only reason.
Oh
my
So if
Paul's
I've been whelping
Here we
for
go.
20 years, you've been kissing Jay's ass for 16.
Ooh. Paul's coming in hot. I like it.
I love it.
Come on, A-Rod. Hey, A-Rod, call in, buddy. Call in, bro. Call in, dude.
We got let's do quick predictions before we jump off. So Benfica plays home to Guimarães on Friday.
Can
Predictions.
we do predictions for
JL.
Sporting too?
Did what?
Can we do predictions?
I
for
want to hear Paul's prediction to Benfica's game. See if he gives us
Against
a winner.
Guimarães?
Jay, what's your prediction? Guimarães.
Are we home or away?
Home.
When's the game?
Friday.
Fuck, short week. Honestly, dude, this is the last time I'm going to pick them for a win. If they don't win today, on Friday, that's it. 2-0.
Okay. Paulie, what do you think?
And fucking Darwin scores.
Guimarães. What was the result the first game with them?
We haven't played them the first time.
This is
Oh,
so
right, it's the last one.
We did time for the toss though.
Yeah, we
In
played.
case we won PK.
Yeah, the 1-1. I actually like that score. I'm going to go for 1-1.
Oscar, your dad's watching, by the way. I just saw his name come up.
I want to say 3-1. This is the game 3-1.
You should keep saying it until you get it right.
I'm going to say that at least one time.
Kenny.
I'm going to go.
A 2-1 loss.
I'm not going to predict the loss. I'm going to go 2-2.
Wow. Okay.
And I'm coming with Linsuch. If Sporting wins and they take more points, that's it. I'm done. I'm hashtag Jesus.
So
Sporting loses 2-1.
So now Sporting plays at Merito?
Yeah, 2-1. They lose.
Yep. So
When do they play? When do they
haven't
play?
lost yet, but they're going to lose.
They're gonna lose. Hey, Porto lost to them too at home.
They probably get extra rest too, don't they?
No, they play Friday as well. Benfica plays at 2. They play at the same time at 2 o'clock on Friday.
What's your prediction?
So, Paul, what's your prediction for that game?
Sporting Marítimo, I'm going to say 2-0 Sporting.
1-1.
Michel.
1-1.
It's going to be a comeback game from the Taça that they beat us. We're going to go in there to win.
Tank,
And
what
they're
do you
coming
think?
off 3 losses in a row too. 2 in the league and 1 for the
Sporting's gonna be
That's-
1-1.
Yeah, I'm actually curious. What's Guimarães coming off of? What's their last 5 games?
Guimarães has lost 1 in their last 5. They have 33 points, or 29 points.
And Quaresma's actually playing good.
They're 4 back from Benfica with 1 game in hand. They've scored 20, conceded 13. The new coach, I can't remember what the hell his name is. The guy that
They
was
score a
at
lot of goals.
Santa Clara. He's got them playing well ever since Thiago left. So they've won. Let me see quickly here. Guimarães.
They were beating Porto up until the 63rd minute too.
They beat
Dude, they
Merito
scored
1-0.
goals.
They beat Guimarães only got 20 goals. What do you mean they scored goals?
Dude, they
Look
The
have
at
last
Right.
2 games they have goals.
Gimenez has a
The
pretty
last-
good attacking team.
the last 6
Attacking
The
games.
last 2 games they got 2 goals.
4-0.
Yeah, they won 1-0 last 2 games.
Yeah.
Guy, you
last
looking
2
at the
games.
right scores?
No. Go
1-0,
back.
1-0, 3-1, 2-2, and
Go back.
3-2.
Yeah, I'm going back 6 games.
Oh.
4-0 Santa Clara, 3-2 Porto, 2-2, 3-1 Nacional, and the last 2 were 1-0 games. They're scoring a lot of goals.
Yeah, but they got 20 goals scored in the whole season. They're averaging just over
Yeah,
1
but-
goal per game.
But I'm talking like the lot like trending. I'm actually gonna change my score. I'm changing my score.
All right, what is it?
I'm gonna go.
Hey, I said 2-0, right?
For Benfica, yeah.
I'm actually gonna say Benfica's on the cliff and they're going off the cliff. They're gonna lose 2-1.
Dude, para chutar parou, pô. It's not on the tip. They're already like mergulhar já.
Oscar, mail him.
This is like flying. They lose 2-1.
FedEx him your paraquedas so he doesn't get hurt.
Deixa eu chegar lá mais primeiro.
Don't worry, dude. We got a tarp over there.
Did everyone give the predictions for Sporting? Paul said 2-0. Jay, what
I
did you say?
What?
For Sporting Marítimo. Marítimo
1-1.
Sporting.
1-1.
1-1, Oscar.
I said 2-1 Marítimo.
And Kenny?
1-0 Sporting.
Damn.
Okay.
We're going to be 12 points behind according to Kenny.
I'm going to say
I did
one-
pick a loss. That's it.
I'm saying
saying turmoil. That's it.
Hey, if we lose next week, someone's getting sacked.
No, he won't get rid of him. He has to pay him $5 million anyways.
If anything, the president might walk away with the pressure. I'm going to say 2-0 for Benfica, just because I just am too optimistic. I just feel like there's got to be a bounce back. My heart, this is my heart pick, not my head. So I'm going to go 2-0. And Sporting, I think they're going to win, but I'm going to predict that they tie 1-1 and Rodrigo Pinho scores it.
Fucking hope so, dude.
That's my prediction. Any final thoughts you guys want to get off your chest before we walk away?
Yeah, Paul, Sporting sucks.
I just want to check something real quick before I say.
What picture are you gonna show right now? What kind of
it's not a picture, but I just wanted to see your like January being like the crucial month. Benfica got a lot of ties and losses in January, and Sporting only had one tie and one loss.
Yeah, you know what Benfica's record? I'm including the Sporting game in January. It was 3-3-2. In the league, they were 1-3-1.
Yeah, that was your January.
Yeah, the last 5 games, we've lost one. We lost to Sporting, and I'm including the Taça games. We beat Belenenses, tied Nacional, lost to Braga, tied Porto. We have 1 win in the last 5. Terrible.
The whole month of January, you were legit for the league. We only beat Condell. That's it.
Yeah, and Sporting only lost points to Rio Ave. They beat everyone else for the league. So your little cliff that you were talking about never came. So
I said the cliff was February.
He was talking.
You said in February.
By February, you're gonna be on the cliff.
It's February. February 1.
Wait.
So
it should have been. I was predicting if you get to win, and then the you guys go off.
Yeah, another thing you were wrong about.
No, it's fine. I was wrong. Okay, I already threw my towel in the air. You want it?
No, I wouldn't be able to reach it from all the way down there when you throw it up.
Ooh,
it's going
you gotta
down.
Wet it. You gotta wet it to throw it up. Any last thoughts? Anyone else? No?
I'm just trying to think about what I want to eat for dinner. I got 2 dates with Oscar.
Make him expensive.
Come chorizo. Sabes que daquela que tem muitas pernas. I'm just kidding.
He's getting mad.
Victorio's gonna come in and drop kick you to the other.
Oh my god, dude!
Thanks to everyone.
Anything you want to do, Paul?
Thanks to everyone in the comments. There was quite a few back and forth. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, follow or subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Paulie, thanks for joining us. This time around, you got the better of us. That's just the reality of it. Sporting won today. They're the better team at the moment. We have to admit it, as much as it sucks. But props to you guys. You got it done. You got the 3 points. That's what matters. We'll catch you again at the end of the season. Since we can't play you again between now and then. Or maybe if we have a guest appearance as things get closer to the end of the season and seeing how things pan out, maybe we'll get you on again to share your thoughts on how things are going. Maybe if you hit a cliff, or maybe if things open up so much that it's destined to happen. We'll have you on.
If they hit a cliff, he's definitely coming in. Definitely.
Maybe Oscar.
I might have plans that day.
Maybe Oscar will concede. At that point.
I will if at that time. I absolutely will.
So if that time comes, we're going to have you on, Paul. We want to have it on video. We want to have it on the internet so everyone knows and it happened. But until then, remember, February 1st, Oscar talking trash and saying that you guys aren't contenders and you're not for real. Mark that down on your calendar so you can come back and watch this podcast in case we have to get to it.
But he wants them to win if it comes down to the wire.
Yeah.
100%.
He's undecided.
Makes no sense.
It's like a dog chasing his tail.
Exactly. I like the little teams to win once in a while.
Well, boys, it was a pleasure. Have a good evening. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you guys next week. See you guys.
Have a good one, boys.
Bye.